This is the most loyal dog in the world. He waited at the same spot every single day for nearly 10 years for someone who would never come home again. And he never understood why. Do you want to know his name? In November 1923, a weak little puppy was born in the snowy countryside of Odate, Japan. He belonged to the Akita Inu breed, and because of his reddish fur, the family first called him Aka. One cold day, the tiny dog was placed inside a straw bag and sent on a long train ride to Tokyo. The freezing journey almost took his life, but he survived and arrived at the home of Professor Hidesaburo Ueno. The professor cared deeply for the sickly puppy. At night, he sometimes held the little dog close while they slept on a futon to keep him warm. Soon, the puppy grew stronger, and the two became inseparable. Everywhere the professor went near Shibuya Station, the faithful dog followed quietly behind him like a shadow. But in 1925, everything changed. While teaching at the university, the professor suddenly collapsed and never came home again. But the faithful dog did not know his beloved master was gone forever. So every day he returned to Shibuya Station, waiting beneath the sound of trains and footsteps, hoping to see the familiar face he loved most. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. Rain fell on his fur, and winter snow covered his back. But still he waited, even after being sent to live with other families. He always found his way back to the station for nearly 10 years. Some strangers gave him food and kindness. Others mocked him, hit him, and even drew on his face. During those lonely years, another dog injured one of his ears, leaving it permanently drooped. Still, he waited. In 1932, a former student of the professor shared the lonely dog story in the newspaper. Soon, people across Japan were touched by the faithful dog who never stopped waiting. People who once ignored him began bringing him food and kindness. In 1934, a bronze statue was built for him outside Shibuya Station while he was still alive, and he even attended the ceremony himself. On March 8, 1935, the faithful dog was found lifeless near the station where he had waited so many years for the person he loved most. Later studies revealed he had been suffering from cancer and a serious infection. Today, his preserved body remains in a museum in Tokyo, while his ashes rest quietly beside Professor Ueno at last. And nearly 100 years later, people now wait in long lines just to stand beside the dog who once waited alone. Did you know? The professor named the little dog Hachi, inspired by the Japanese lucky number 8. As his story spread across Japan, people added ko, a word used to show honor and respect. And so, the dog who waited beneath the sound of trains and footsteps became known to the world as Hachiko.